What is up, guys, and welcome back to the episode of the F1 23 Mobile Racing Career Mode. We are here for episode number 59 today as we head to Suzuka for the Japanese Grand Prix here. If you guys did miss the previous episode, definitely be sure to go check that out before you see this one. Another very strong episode with the Red Bull team at Singapore as we took a very dominant victory. We're coming into the Japanese Grand Prix. As you can see, it is rain/snowing, so we're going to have a bit of a challenge on our hands here to try to make our way through the field cleanly and quickly here, but we do have the pace with this Red Bull. This Red Bull is flying through the high-speed corners. Let's see how it does. At 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go. The Ricardo Sonoda got a good start off the line here initially. And actually, we didn't get the greatest start here. The AI getting a really good start here in the wet, but coming into the first corner, we're going to send it up the inside here, taking it nice and easy, and looking for a potential gap here up the inside of Sargent. Nope, he closes the door, and just like that, we're back at a P20. Great stuff, guys, but making our way through the S section here, we're trying to be patient, but at the same time, we can't really be that patient as the leaders are already starting to pull away here. But we're making some nice moves on the Alpha tires here, up the inside here of Madness, and just about managing to keep it on the track here. Now, behind Sargent, once again here, can make a move on the American. Yes, he gives us the space on the inside here. We got Gasly and Hulkenberg squabbling away just ahead of some mobile chicane here, but we're going to make our way up into P15 and now up to almost 13 there, as Albon unfortunately got on the way. No ERS, of course, in the rain, which is quite annoying if you ask me, but I guess I see why. As they make their way into this hairpin, a 3-car overtake there up the inside of Albon. I think that was one of the Aston Martins, I'm not sure, and Norris as well. Up into P11, we got Leclerc just ahead of us. Stroll, by the way, is leading this Grand Prix, which, I mean, again, this guy is probably the most inconsistent one out of all the drivers in this series. I mean, sometimes he's up there in P1 and sometimes he's down there in the bottom 10, so who knows what this guy is doing. But anyways, focusing back on us, we got Leclerc just ahead of us here. He is looking a bit vulnerable in towards 130. Can we make a move on the Monegasque driver? This is a very risky place to overtake. Gives us the space on the inside here, and we make the move. So we got Piastri just ahead of us in P9 here. Can we send up the inside of the Australian? Yes, we can, just by managing to get the car slowed down, but we get caught on the outside curb there. That allows Piastri to sweep back through here on the outside here. It's going to be a drag race then towards turn 1 here. Piastri initially gets the better launch off the line here, but we have the better straight line speed, of course, in this Red Bull towards turn 1 here. We have no ERS to play around with, so we'll have to do these the old-fashioned way. In towards turn 1, there's a big contact there. Piastri slams into us here. We get reset back onto the track there. And, well, through all of that, we're back down into P13. We're immediately frustrated. Piastri immediately blocking us here. He's giving us no room whatsoever. To be fair, I don't blame him because we just kind of ruined his race, but we set it up the inside into that first corner. I was not expecting Piastri to cut over like that. My nose was clearly on the inside. To be fair, it was a high-speed corner. I probably should have expected that as we make a big mistake here on that outside grass. And, well, we're down to P14, and we are well out of the points. Well, this has gone great, hasn't it? But in hindsight, in that move, I probably should not have made that. We had the overwhelming speed on Piastri, but he did have the momentum or the outside line there through that first set of corners. So, I mean, I was trying to make a move on the inside. I thought he would give me space here. I actually thought he would back out at the last minute, but unfortunately, it actually ends up being the worst for us here as we're sitting here, trying to pass Albon for 13th here. I'm not actually sure where Verstappen is. We make the move stick here in towards Spoon Curve here. Again, not really sure where the apexes are because most of them are covered in snow here. And now making our way down this straight here towards the 130-yard corner here. Piastri's ahead of us in P12. Let's see if we can actually make an overtake properly on the Australian driver here in towards the, I think it's the Casino Triangle. I have no idea what this is called here. I'm probably screwing up so many corner names. But we get an okay run out of that corner. Not really what we want, but we're up to P13. We're 13 seconds behind the lead, so unless some crazy thing happens up front, I don't think we're winning this Grand Prix here. But last corner we were 23.518. Or sorry, last sector we were 23.518. So somehow getting a purple sector in that final sector, despite the fact that that was a pretty crappy last sector. But anyways, we're through turns 1 and 2 cleanly this time, and now we can focus on just getting ahead here. This is also the problem with having no ERS is, you know, we don't have any little thing to backstop us if we make any mistakes here. So this is also the thing where we just have to drive cleanly here and see if we can make our way through ASAP. We got Piastri just up ahead of us. Can we please overtake him properly? 31.65 in the first sector. Now we're going to send it up the inside of Piastri here and force him wide on purpose here, just to show our frustration, make sure that was well known here. We got Alonso just ahead of us and Norris in P10. So if we can have a decent final 2 sectors here, we may sneak a point. It's still possible. We may also sneak a couple more points if we get a fastest lap, but we're going to have to see what we can do here because Alonso is pulling away from us as we speak, despite the fact that we do have the slipstream. To be fair, he is much closer to Norris than we are to Alonso, so makes sense as we make our way through spoon curve here, just trying to keep it on the black stuff. You cannot touch these outside curves because they will slow you down massively here. Down this back straight here, and well, it's not looking likely because Alonso is very close to Norris here. Let's see if he potentially tries to make a move into 130 yards. This has happened before here, of course, with Alonso and Schumacher. He's going to look for the inside here. Can he make it sick? No, he does not. He actually backs out of it quite severely here. We get a great run through 130 yards. We're going to send up the inside into the chicane, but Norris is just too far ahead of us for us to do anything about it. So at the depth of it, we're going to actually come home then, well, in P11, just outside the points here as we come across the line. Very, very unfortunate result. Stroll, by the way, will win this Grand Prix here. Very, very nice defensive driving from the Canadian driver. Verstappen will finish at P4, so not the greatest result for the Rebel team, but we're going to be on to the next episode looking to fight back.